Hi everybody, it's Judy. Um, I just wanted to come on here today. I have something really interesting to say, and it's basically to give encouragement to everybody who is born again but married to someone who isn't. Um, don't give up because God is working through you, okay? Even though you may not see it. Um, my husband is a wonderful person, and we've been married a very long time, and we get along really great. But he is more worldly. He's Christian, but he's more worldly than I am, and he has not really come to be born again. And um, he, I believe the Lord told me, under the household salvation promise, that if there's a strong believer in the household, the rest will be will escape. But um, it's better if they can be born again. Anyway, I had a few things happen that were pretty miraculous. I mean, if you look through some of my videos, I probably said this a couple times, and I'm sorry if I'm beating a dead horse here, but I had this really gross thing growing on my head, and it was like a mole on top of a mole, and I kept picking it, and it started bleeding, and I didn't want to go get it taken off, and I put my finger on it one day, and I said to the Lord, can you take this off my forehead? And the next day, it was dead, but it was still there, and it took like about 5 or 6 weeks for my body to absorb it because it was quite a large growth. And this wasn't something that would have gone away on its own. The Lord just disabled it, and then he just absorbed it out. And then right after that, I had a skin tag on my eyelid that was very painful and large. And I put my finger on that, and I asked him to take it off, and in 3 days it fell off. It dried up and fell off. And so then I had this really big tag on the back of my neck, and it was getting irritated, and I kept picking on it, and it would get irritated from my necklaces and stuff like that. And I must have asked the Lord dozens of times if he could take it off, and he would just not take it off. And I didn't know if I was asking it in a different way, and that's why he wasn't taking it off. And I just kept trying to change my attitude and asking him, and then I was begging him, and then I said, listen, I'm not trying to control you, but I really wish you would take this thing off the back of my neck. But he wouldn't do it. Anyway, I was picking at it, and it got really swollen, and it was like kind of infected. It was huge. So I showed my husband, and he got really upset looking at it. And I said to him, would you ask God to take it off my neck for me, because he won't do it for me. Maybe he'll do it for you. And he put his finger on it, and he asked the Lord, and 2 days ago, and it dried up and fell off. So God used him, wanted him. See, God's calling him. See, he's showing my husband that he's there, and what he can do. And my husband was really impressed, but it hasn't come across yet. So now I asked him to pray for me for something else that I've been struggling with really hard, that the Lord at one point released me from, and then I fell back into it again. And I asked him now to pray for me, and he did. He put his hand on my head, and he asked God silently and he prayed for me. So I will let you know if God answers his prayer. But this to me is just, I mean, to take a growth off of you, to me it was like raising the dead. That's how impressed and amazed I was at what God did. And I was just throwing my hands up in the air, throwing kisses up to God. I was just so excited that he did that for me. I mean, it was just amazing. So don't give up. God is working. He once told me, don't lecture your husband. Just be the essence of me. Like, just be Jesus. Just be Christ-like and be kind and loving and generous and sweet. And that's all that I do. I don't provoke him. I don't badger him. I don't go after him, and I just try to shine Christ's light. I let Christ's light shine from within me, and because Christ told me, He said that will soften him, and that will dissolve the pride. So it's kind of, we're getting close to that. So I just want to encourage all of you who have spouses that you're not yoked with. Don't give up. Keep praying for them. God is working. He's working in His own way, and I hope that you get the same kind of result that I have just gotten, a miraculous result. And I'm gonna keep doing what Jesus told me to do, and hope that He comes across very soon. So thank you. I love you all. Have a wonderful evening in the Lord. God bless.